gorgeous out here. That's one thing I've noticed while I've been living here the past couple of weeks. The bugs are loud, they are big. I'm from New York, so like the bugs don't get crazy like they can be, but they're, the occasional big spider or stink bug every now and again. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that looks like a sick longboarding hill. I'd go up there, but I don't think I will. Just keep walking straight. Boom. Look at that. Friggin' gorgeous. Fisher's Peak right up there is just, oh, that's amazing. You do not get views like that in New York that often, I'll tell you that. Now, I guess where I grew up in Rochester, the Adirondacks aren't that far away, but still. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally like a 7-minute walk from my apartment. Just see that right there. It's insane. And then you can see, like, before, I don't know if you saw, but in front of my apartment complex was, like, downtown Trinidad, where all the main shops are and stuff. Where I kind of live, behind me is, like, the back end of Trinidad. All this over here. And then in front of me is downtown, and then in front of downtown is like the neighborhoods where the college is, pretty much. So you got like a bunch of old residential homes there that have been there for a super long time. Super neat. And then you got the college campus right on top of the hill. When we walk back around, I'll show you that side. And maybe a different day we'll climb up that mountain right in the middle of Trinidad where the sign is, and we'll get a view from there, because it's amazing over there. Oh, interesting thing about Timberview, I was actually originally looking at here to live because they just built them. Like, I think they finished maybe like a year or two ago. Oh, big old bug. As you can see, still, they haven't officially grown all the grass back yet. Like, they're still working on that. But they're gorgeous units. Absolutely flawless units. Like I said, brand spanking new. But we couldn't get a tour, which was kind of weird. Like, at all. It's not that we couldn't schedule one because they were busy. They didn't allow them, which is interesting. You would think you would want to show off the property, just to incentivize people that much more to try and sell the unit. But I don't know. I'm not a businessman, so what do I know? This is the one thing I really love about Trinidad too. All these cool Spanish, Mesoamerican vibe houses and infrastructure that they have. Like you saw before while I was walking, there was a brick road. That's been there since the town was officially started, from what I understand. If not, when they officially put all the brick roads down the first time, they've never changed them. So they've only done general maintenance on them, from what I understand. But other than that, that is authentic. Here, one second. Let me get this giant thing of friggin' rebar out of the road. Before some unlucky individual runs it over. I probably shouldn't put it right on the tire tracks. There. That's something a construction guy will probably have to deal with, even though it's probably their fault. So I've never walked down there before. But I've driven down that way, because like I said, we try to look at these units, but they wouldn't let us. So let's go down here. Let's see what's down here real quick. I'm only about maybe 15 minutes into the walk. My watch says 6, but I started it around 5 to 10 minutes later than I should have. So we're probably at around 15 minutes right now, maybe a minute off of that. But that's okay. You know, it's a cool vibe out here, you know, like, you can tell it's super quiet. I mean, it's Sunday, but, you know, super quiet, super laid back. When I lived in Rochester, you just always had cars driving past. You always had someone honking at you. You always had some guy screaming at you. You always had noise. It was always loud. Out here, it's so peaceful and tranquil. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm trying to whisper. Because I feel like I'm being too loud talking to the camera right now. Because it's just so quiet out here. You know. I mean, you do get it a little bit in Rochester where, you might have people sitting out on the porch or their patio or wherever out by the pool. But not this often. You know, like, I'm walking down streets and, there's a ton of people sitting on their front porch, their front patio, and I don't want to record them. Put them on blast when they feel like, I'm obviously not trying to do that. I'm not trying to make them feel uncomfortable, but, I get uncomfortable. People just start recording me randomly without my permission, so I'm trying to avoid that as much as I can. So that's why I'm really just facing down the street, not trying to point directly into people's houses or, have a conversation with anybody while I'm recording, Maybe I come off as a weird antisocial New Yorker, but I mean, the pale skin, stupid clothes probably give that away anyway, so it's fine. So yeah, this is Portland Ave, I guess. I've never been down here, so I'm trying to remember these street names. 7th Street is here. I'm on 7th right now. So if my directional control is accurate, I would have to go down that street and go all the way down the hill and loop back up to get to the apartment, which is totally fine. I might do that another day when I have a bike or a longboard with me, but since I'm walking, we'll just keep it simple so I don't get too lost. I like these, I'm not going to point the camera at the houses, but I like these ranch-style houses, too. I've always been a fan of ranch-style homes. I know I get the second story is like an extra layer of security because, they have to climb up a window or whatever to get to you. And I totally get that, but it's just nice being able to walk in one direction, not have to go up and down stairs all the time, and you're just right where you gotta go. I like that. Yeah, this place is freaking gorgeous. So it looks like the end of this street turned into a dirt road, which is totally cool. But I might pull a U-ey up here. Yeah, because that dead ends, it looks like. Yeah, you know what? Oh yeah, look at that view. I don't know if you can see that very well, but you know what? Yeah, I'm going to try and get on top of this hill a little bit better. So I want to be able to get that Trinidad sign a little bit better. We're exploring. We're figuring it out as we go. Like I said, I'm new to this area. I mean, I've lived here for maybe 2.5 to 3 weeks, maybe total so far. But I haven't really gone out much because I've just been cranking out in the apartment complex, getting all that paperwork situated, trying to get my registration on my car figured out. The problem with that is, I gotta quit vaping, I'm completely out of breath, this is embarrassing. The problem with the registration is, it's all under my mom's name, everything. So if I wanted to get the registration put for Colorado, she would have to physically be in the Treasury office to do that. And she still lives in New York. I'm kind of out here by myself right now. So, damn, I'm sorry, car. Someone fucked you up. No one deserves a car to get fucked up like that. God, people just don't. I don't know. People don't treat other people's stuff with respect. That's all I'm thinking in my head. Like, come on, man. Leave my stuff alone. I don't know. I digress. A little hammer. Interesting. So that says private property. Okay, fair enough. So what's cool about this camera specifically is I just have to lift it up a little bit. I should be able to get a 360 view of everything around me. So I don't have to point the camera anywhere specifically. Just kind of have it up, and I'll do a 360 panoramic view of everything with no problems. And I'll probably pull it up on my phone later to see how it looks. It probably looks like dog shit right now because I'm brand new at this. But you know what? Let's go this way because that goes up the hill a little bit better. So let's see if I can see my unit from here. I don't think I can. Oh, yeah. You see in between those trees right there. There's my apartment building. What's cool about my building specifically, it's 210 East Street. I just doxed myself, but I don't care. What's cool about them is it used to be an elementary school, and it was an elementary school forever. I can't tell you how many years exactly, but there are like elderly people that live not right next to me, but in the area that I've talked to who said they went to elementary school there. So it's been around for a while. Well, that's kind of cool. Little train thing. And they just refurbished it like maybe 5 to 7 years ago, somewhere around there. God, I'm so curious about these dirt roads. I want to walk up them so bad, but I know I don't want. I know I shouldn't. Yeah, so you can see that view. It's gorgeous. I'm getting lost in the sauce here. So the school closed down 5, 7, or maybe 10 years ago, and they rebuilt it to be apartment units, an apartment complex. That went. Gotta check my head down so I don't lose my anime hat. If you know what anime this is from, shout out to you. But if you don't, it's okay. You're not a loser like me. It's fair. It's fine. Yeah, so that looks like that's Portland Street. So if I go down there and turn left and then right again, that'll get me back to my unit. But we'll keep walking because I want to go up this hill. I love this home. It's beautiful. That was kind of weird. My vape ripped in my hand because the wind is so strong. Huh. I gotta like plug the mouthpiece like this so that the wind doesn't take it. Ooh, or my hat, for that matter. Yeah, so they refurbished it, turned it into units, and it's super dope there. They got a little common area you can hang out in. They got like an art gallery, believe it or not, because it's really the unit itself, or the units. The whole complex itself is built for like, do I go down that street? No, that looks like it dead ends, so we're just gonna keep going. The purpose of those units are for like, not specifically artists, but like it's an idea they had where they were gonna have a bunch of artists live there. They were gonna have like a gallery, and every couple months, whoever, wanted to post their stuff, they could put it up on the wall, and they could have like a little gallery type thing going. And that's really cool. I dig it. Don't know how they're going to feel about me putting firearms on the wall. I'll probably take the firearms out so they're not legal firearms. They're just hunks of metal at that point. But that's my plan. Once I get classes going and stuff, I'm going to just build whatever firearms they teach me how to build. Maybe make some video game stuff if I have the materials and time and the know-how. And, got a little thorn in my sock. That's okay. That's pretty. I like their sign. Cool. Yeah. But yeah, the unit's awesome. I have literally no complaints. The windows are massive. So during, like, right when sunrise hits those windows, it's just a natural way of waking up, and it's perfect. Alright, so I'm on top of this hill now. See, I wonder, I guess that street did it dead end because it kept going. That car is fucking sick. That's one thing about Trinidad that I've noticed a lot too. There are a bunch of really cool cars just sitting in people's front lawn, like that car right there. I don't know exactly what make and model that is, but that's gorgeous. I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes I see some real rust buckets that just, you could just tell they never moved that car in 30 years. They probably have beehives and weeds growing through the seats and shit. But like, you know, like that car right there. Gorgeous. The car we just passed. Gorgeous. So yeah, I guess if I go down that street and loop all the way down, that might bring me down Portland. It's just a mix match of houses around here. You know, you got some like newer houses like that. You got some older looking houses like the one behind me. Hi, doggo. I'll mind my business. So, I don't want to rock down that dirt road because that looks like someone's property. So I'll probably turn around here because this looks like it goes down that way. Yeah, cool. I hate turning around because I feel like I'm missing stuff if I don't keep going forward. And I have my phone on me, so if I really have to, I can just Google Maps my way back. So we're just going to keep going forward. We're going to send it. We've been walking for 16 minutes right now. That's pretty freaking good. Here, it's another thing too. Everyone's got a dog. Makes me miss my dog, Aria. I unfortunately couldn't bring her with me just because, you know, I thought about it with my girlfriend. And it'd probably be really stressful for her to not only move across the country. I drove when I got down here, so it was a 25-hour drive, and I drove with my cat. And that was hard on her as it was. Like, she got really dehydrated, even though I tried to feed her and give her water as much as I possibly could. Like, legit every 2 hours I would stop and pull over to see if she needed water, if she needed food, if she needed to go to the bathroom, whatever. Like, I would set up a litter box for her, the whole nine. I can't imagine trying to do that with a dog. And especially a dog, she's a husky pit bull mix. And it's really hot out here right now. Like, it's probably in the, I don't know, mid-70s if I had to take a hot guess. Yeah, this dirt road looks like it's going. Dirt road, it's not dirt, it's obviously cement, but, concrete rather, whatever. Asphalt. I don't care. We'll see where this goes. If I get kidnapped, it's on camera. If someone will find me, like Blair Witch Project type shit, maybe it blows up. I don't know. I don't know if you saw that. Walk past a wild cactus over there. That was pretty neat. It's gonna take a while for me to get used to the fact that I don't have to point this camera anywhere because it takes a 360. So I'm just gonna, I guess, hold it like this. I don't know. Again, this is like a trial run. We'll see how this footage turns out. I'm just going on a random little walk, you know, mind my business. Trying to stay off of people's property. Because that is one thing I've noticed out here too. A lot of people are packing heat. I shouldn't say a lot of people. More people than you would think. And you know me personally, I'm all about it. It's like carrying around, you know, not an X-Acto knife, but like a Swiss Army knife, you know? You never know when you need it, so it's better to have it on you when you don't need it versus not have it on you when you do need it. And it's an open carry state. And that's totally fine. I'm all about it. Shit, I bought myself a pistol like day 2 of being down here. I filled the application out for a pistol. Got it 3 days later, so it took me 5 total days to get one. Because, you know, again, I have a dog, and from what I understand, they just outlawed mountain lion hunting. Oh yeah, this is cool. This is like a whole chapel up there that you have to set an appointment up to go look at. I'll show you this road real quick. It's kind of cool. It goes up left, and I think it snakes. And maybe I'll walk down here because I kind of know where I am now, so I'm a little more confident in walking around here. Me and my mom drove around here when the last day she was here, just to, you know, check out the area a little bit. That's why I kind of know where I am right now. I don't know if I'll be able to see it, but it's a beautiful little chapel just right on the side of this hill, just like it's hilarious because all this stuff, as you can see, is like, you know, overgrown forestry and stuff like that, but this little chapel just sticks right out. I think it's either a white building or a whitish pink building. I don't really remember off the top of my head. Because, again, we were driving around here, so we didn't stop and look at it, and we just saw it off in the distance. Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm officially starting to get a little winded here, which is hilarious, because, you know, I'm talking while walking, something I don't do often. On top of it being drier up here. So, like, I'm like Rango right now, just, like, every couple minutes, I just take a cough, and just, like, skin just pops right off me. Like you can see my fingers peeling like crazy, you know. Yeah, so here's the hospital right up here. This is really cool. Literally 5 minutes away from my unit. And that's one thing I love about small towns like this. Not everything you need is right there, because, like, other than the local grocery store, which is a Safeway, which I fuck with Safeway. Oh boy, vibing out here. Sick bike. Other than the Safeway and like a Walmart that's like right down the street, like maybe 5-10-ish minutes, other than those two, there's no Home Depots. There's no Home Depot. There's no Lowe's. There's no Target. There's no, you know, like regular city stores that you can just drive 10 minutes to get to. All of those are in Pueblo, which is about an hour away. So you kind of have to make do with what you got in town. Otherwise, you're making, you know, a total 2.5-3 hour trip. You know, you consider the hour driving there, the half hour, 45 minutes of you actually buying stuff, and then the next hour you driving back. You know, like, yeah, you kind of got to live like Little House on the Prairie in this bitch. You know what I mean? You just got to go out there once a week for that weekly haul. And I really haven't done that, to be honest with you, because most of the stuff I got either was on Amazon, which was a pain in the... You know, my watch is going to yell at me. Okay, let me see if you... Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry for walking on this grass, but I just need to take a good shot of this. Yeah, you see the Ave Maria, so it is white. The cross right up there. It's beautiful. I can't even imagine what the view looks like from there. And just how cool the inside of the chapel is itself, just because it seems like it's kind of sealed, if that makes any sense. Like, you know, like, no modernization has really touched it, so, like, the inside is still super authentic, you know. Cool vibe they got going around here. So I've noticed a lot of places like this are, where, like, I don't want to sound like a dumbass city slicker or nothing, but, you know, it feels like a saloon town. Sometimes, you know, you'll be walking down the street, you just get this vibe at like 8 or 9 p.m. where it's like, damn, this kind of feels like a freaking saloon town. Yeah, so there's Mount Rose again. Again, I gotta get used to this 360 camera, so I just gotta hold it up like this, and I'm sure you can see behind me. But yeah, it's just, there's just stuff like that everywhere here. There's just cool views, cool little spots just to take a breath at and just admire your surroundings. Like in Rochester, New York, bro, it might as well have been fucking Detroit compared to this city. You know what I mean? Like, industrial complexes left, right, and center. You got Walmart super centers. You got mega Targets or whatever. You got, you know, Kodak alone takes up a lot of one part of the city, so all you see is a giant Kodak factory, and then you see a bunch of other factories that are just broken down or run down or whatever. A little birdie in the bush. What was I talking about? So yeah, like, Rochester feels like freaking Detroit compared to here. You know what I mean? Like, where I lived in Rochester, you had a park. You had, like, a playground. You had a bunch of places like that. But it was, you know, city slicker shit. Whereas out here, you just got dirt, sand, cacti, and trees for a lot of it. You know, like the drive from Trinidad to Colorado Springs to drop my dad off at the airport there. Going from Trinidad to Pueblo, it's just flat desert. But then once you get from Pueblo to Colorado Springs, you start seeing the mountains more. and it's just fucking gorgeous. You know, like, don't get me wrong, I miss like the Adirondack vibe in New York, you know, like the deep mountains. But like out here, this is me. I love the desert mountains. I'm a fan of this all day. Like every time I see like wild cacti like that just growing off the side of the road, it just makes me feel like I'm in Texas again, you know, because I'm originally from Texas, but I grew up a lot of my time, like a lot of my childhood was in New York, so like that's what I'm used to. But like being out in this heat with this sunlight just beating down on me, like look how fucking pale I am. I look like a New Yorker, for God's sake. It just feels more natural, you know, like I can't tell you the last time I've breathed this clean because of how the air is out here. Like the physical air is cleaner. Like in Rochester, I was always stuffy. I was always congested. Now it could have been allergies. It could have been, oh, those birds are pretty. Pigeons. But me being able to do this and not have like a bunch of snot, phlegm and shit in my system is almost unheard of. I've pretty much lived my entire life with a stuffy nose, to the point where I didn't even notice when my nose was stuffy or runny, because that was just how I operated 24/7. But now, like, I remember the first time I breathed like that, I was like, holy crap, is that what it's supposed to be like, just being able to breathe normally? Like, I don't know. It's just something I've noticed while living here still, that it's just awesome. Again, I've only been here for like a couple of weeks. I'm already like, damn, do I buy property here and open up a business when I'm done with gunsmithing and open up my own gun shop right in the middle of town because there's not really a gun shop around here? Oh. I'm already making plans before I even have my freaking class, my feet in class yet. I haven't touched a single tool, milled a single barrel, haven't done shit. And I'm still, like, I love this town so much, I'm already like, I need to open up a business here. I need to start planting myself here, because I'm going to be here for a while. Oh yeah, I know exactly where I am now. This is awesome. So yeah, if I turn left up here, go down a little bit, and then turn left at the next gas station, not this gas station, but the next one, I just go up the street and then left again, my unit's right there. And I've been walking for what, probably half an hour at this point. Yeah, 27 minutes on my watch, so about 45-minute walk maybe. 30, let's say 35-minute walk, and, you know, give myself the doubt so I can walk a little bit longer. Right over there, you can't really see it, but down there is like a vet clinic that I had to take my cat to, because like I said, she was really dehydrated when we first got here, and for the first like 3 or 4 days she was totally fine. But I noticed around 5 or day 6 to a weekend maybe. That's a beautiful flower, random flower. Day 6, oh, there's more. Day 6, 7, maybe like a week in, she wasn't really eating her wet food that much, which is a main way she gets hydrated other than water, obviously. You know, I'm not like giving her supplements or giving her any of that shit. Or at least I wasn't. So when she stopped eating her wet food, and she only really drinks sink water. Like, she'll drink water out of a bowl if she absolutely has to, but like, she's pretty picky about it. So like, she has to drink out of sink water. So when I noticed she wasn't really drinking that much water and she started becoming more lethargic, those are two things that immediately were like,